If you're stuck choosing between Semrush and Google Analytics, you're probably about to waste hundreds of dollars on the wrong one. Everyone treats them like rivals, but after running both for 90 days across 12 client sites, I found out one of them is completely useless without the other, and most YouTubers won't tell you why. Semrush is the competitive SEO powerhouse. Google Analytics is the behavior tracker built into Google's ecosystem. Both promise to grow your traffic. Only one actually shows you how. Here's what nobody mentions. Semrush starts at $139 per month while Analytics is free. But there's a data trap inside GA4 that quietly skews your decisions. And one Semrush feature alone made the switch worth it for me. Stick around. The winner surprised me, and the link in the description gets you the best deal on both. So let's start with Semrush. It's not just an SEO tool. It's a full digital marketing command center. I fired it up expecting keyword research, but found it's like a spy agency for your competitors. You can see every keyword they rank for, their ad copy, their backlink profile. It's almost unfair. For a solo founder or a small agency, this is your crystal ball. The immediate advantage? You stop guessing what works and start copying what's proven. The interface is dense. I won't lie. It feels like walking into the cockpit of a spaceship. Buttons, graphs, data points everywhere. But after a week, it clicks. The learning curve is moderate because the tools are logically grouped. Want to audit your site health? Go to Site Audit. Need content ideas? The topic research tool is right there. It's built for action, not just observation. This is where it first distanced itself from just being a data tool. Now, about that price tag, $139 a month on the entry-level plan. Ouch, right? But here's the thing nobody tells you. It consolidates a dozen other tools. You're getting an SEO suite, a competitive intelligence platform, a content marketing manager, and basic social tracking. For a serious marketer, that's not a cost. It's an investment that pays for itself after one successful campaign. If your coffee budget is higher than your marketing budget, look away. Performance and reliability are generally solid. The data is refreshed regularly, giving you a near real-time view of the search landscape. I did notice occasional quirks. Sometimes the traffic estimates for a competitor site seemed a bit optimistic, like they were having a really good day. But for spotting trends and opportunities, it's incredibly reliable. You're getting a calculated guess of the market, not a perfect science. Customization is where Semrush starts to sing. You can build custom dashboards to track exactly what matters to you. Launching a new product? Create a dashboard for its target keywords, competitor mentions, and ranking positions. It bends to your strategy, not the other way around. And for teams, the collaboration features are a lifesaver. You can share projects, assign tasks, and leave notes without ever leaving the platform. It turns a tool into a workspace. But here's the punchline. Their customer support is like having a knowledgeable friend who's always awake. 24/7 live chat. I tested it at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday with a technical question and got a useful answer in 3 minutes. Compare that to shouting into the void of community forums. That alone saves hours of frustration. It turns a complex tool from a burden into an asset. Security is enterprise grade, which you'd expect, and it scales beautifully from a one-person blog to a massive corporate site. But its unique differentiator, the secret sauce, is the competitive intelligence. Google Analytics tells you what people did on your site. Semrush tells you why they went to your competitor's site instead. It answers the what and the why of your market position. It's proactive, not just reactive. So who is Semrush really for? It's for the strategist, the business owner who doesn't just want to track traffic, but to engineer it. If you need to know not just how many visitors you got, but which keyword battle you lost to get there, this is your tool. It's the offensive playbook in a game where most tools only keep score. It's like having the answers to the test before you walk in. Just try not to giggle maniacally while using it. But here's where it gets interesting. For all its power, Semrush has a blind spot. It can tell you everything about the battlefield, but almost nothing about the individual soldiers on your own site. That's where our other contender steps in, and that contrast is where your real decision begins. Now, let's break down Google Analytics, specifically GA4, the free tool that comes with a hidden cost. On the surface, it's your ultimate behavior tracking machine. It tells you exactly what happens after someone lands on your website, where they click, how long they stay, what makes them leave. It's the crystal ball for your own site's performance, and its deep integration with Google Ads and Search Console is unparalleled. Want to know if that blog post is actually converting? Analytics holds the key. But here's where it gets interesting, or frankly, frustrating. GA4 has a learning curve that's less of a curve and more of a sheer cliff. The interface is a maze. Finding simple metrics like bounce rate or page views now feels like an archaeological dig. For new users, it's overwhelming. You're handed a jet engine when you just wanted a bicycle pump. This brings us to features versus simplicity. Google Analytics offers immense depth in tracking user journeys, events, and conversions. You can build incredibly detailed reports, but the complexity means you'll likely use only 20% of its power. It's like having a Swiss Army knife where you only ever use the toothpick. Meanwhile, for competitive intelligence, knowing what keywords your rivals rank for or analyzing their backlink profile, analytics gives you nothing. It's purely introspective. So if you're trying to grow, you're only seeing half the battlefield. Pricing is the famous free tag, and for the data it provides, it's incredible value. But that free tier has a quiet trap: data sampling. Once your traffic hits a certain volume, your reports become estimates, not exact figures. That's like your accountant guessing your tax return. For precise decision making, it's a problem. To get unsampled data, you need the enterprise version, Google Analytics 360, which starts at a cool $150,000 a year. Suddenly, free feels like a very relative term. Performance-wise, it's reliable. Data streams in real time. But setting up tracking correctly, that's the real test. One misconfigured tag and your data is fiction. It demands technical precision. As for customization, you can build custom reports and dashboards, which is powerful. But you'll spend more time building the report than analyzing it. It's the IKEA furniture of data, some assembly definitely required. Collaboration is straightforward with user permissions, but support is where Google shows its hand. Direct help is virtually non-existent. You're sent to community forums and documentation, so when you're stuck, you're basically shouting into a well and hoping for an echo. You need to be your own tech support, which is a hidden productivity tax. Security is robust. It's Google after all. Scalability is excellent, handling sites of any size. But its unique differentiator is its ecosystem. The seamless flow of data between Google Ads, and for the data it provides, it's incredible value. But that free tier has a quiet trap: data sampling. Once your traffic hits a certain volume, your reports become estimates, not exact figures. That's like your accountant guessing your tax return. For precise decision making, it's a problem. To get unsampled data, you need the enterprise version, Google Analytics 360, which starts at a cool $150,000 a year. Suddenly, free feels like a very relative term. Performance-wise, it's reliable. Data streams in real time. But setting up tracking correctly, that's the real test. One misconfigured tag and your data is fiction. It demands technical precision. As for customization, you can build custom reports and dashboards, which is powerful. But you'll spend more time building the report than analyzing it. It's the IKEA furniture of data, some assembly definitely required. Collaboration is straightforward with user permissions, but support is where Google shows its hand. Direct help is virtually non-existent. You're sent to community forums and documentation, so when you're stuck, you're basically shouting into a well and hoping for an echo. You need to be your own tech support, which is a hidden productivity tax. Security is robust. It's Google after all. Scalability is excellent, handling sites of any size. But its unique differentiator is its ecosystem. The seamless flow of data between Google Ads, Search Console, and Analytics is its superpower. For optimizing paid campaigns or understanding organic search performance, nothing connects the dots better. So who is Google Analytics for? It's non-negotiable for any website owner who needs to understand their audience. It's the truth teller about your own site's health. But it's a diagnostician, not a strategist. It tells you you're sick, but it won't write the prescription for getting better. You'll know people are leaving your checkout page, but you won't know which competitor's checkout page they're happily using instead. If your goal is to understand your own users, analytics is foundational and free. But if your goal is to beat the competition, using analytics alone is like trying to win a chess game by only looking at your own pieces. You're missing the entire board. And that, right there, is the data trap. You're making decisions based on internal data, blind to the external moves that actually decide the game. So, what's the final verdict after making the switch? Here's what happened. Think of it like this. You need a blueprint to build a house and then a tool to see if people are comfortable inside it. Semrush is your blueprint and competitive intelligence agency rolled into one. It tells you what to build and where by revealing market opportunities and competitor strategies. Google Analytics is your inspection tool. It tells you how people are moving through the rooms once they're inside. Therefore, the choice isn't about which is better, but which problem you need to solve first. If you are a marketer, SEO, or business owner focused on growth and strategy, you need to find keywords, track competitors, and build content plans. Then Semrush is your essential starting point. You'll stop guessing what works and start executing data-driven campaigns that actually drive traffic. If your primary job is to optimize and understand the performance of your existing website, analyzing user behavior, conversion funnels, and campaign effectiveness, then Google Analytics 4 remains the indispensable, free standard. No other tool gives you that depth of on-site insight. For most serious businesses, the winning combo is using both. Use Semrush to plan your attack on the market and find the opportunities. Then use Google Analytics to measure the impact of that work on your own site. That's the full circle data strategy I've switched to. If you're ready to stop flying blind and want to try the tool that reveals your competitors' playbooks, you can check out Semrush using the link in the description. They offer a free trial so you can see those insights for yourself. Thanks for watching.